Welcome all my hoodlums, hooligans, knuckleheads, players and pimps, slayers and simps, hoes and freaks, nerds and geeks, strippers and tippers, thugs and gorillas, soldiers and kings, goddesses and queens, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, niggas and bitches, and you sophisticated motherfuckers alike. Welcome to hip-hop's biggest fan, athletics.
At the other guard, number 33, Donta Bright. At center.
And the young man taking a trip to the free throw line, attempting a three-point play as the basket was good. Out of Baltimore, Dunbar High School, the national champs in high school basketball, a record of 29-0, and he's headed for UMass.
Going to UMass, of course, John Calipari here watching today.
Are they ever? And the starting lineup, the McDonald's starting lineup for tonight's contest. For UMass, you see Dana Dingle step forward. He's been a key rebounder, particularly with Camby not in. Off to Bright inside the lane, and a jumper will drop this time. Donta Bright takes it inside. And 34-27 UMass. Hill takes it inside. Out to Bergen, tries to move on Bright. And shot partially blocked from the side. UMass back. Padilla, Bright.
Now today, I'm with a Baltimore born, raised, bred, globetrotting, international player, basketball legend. He's from the storied, worldwide storied high school program, Dunbar, Baltimore version, the Poets. They have a lineage that's so deep it is still relevant till this day, and probably will be forever. McDonald's All-American. Let me see, man, it's so extensive. Played in UMass with Marcus Camby and John Calipari. And had over a decade playing internationally all over the globe. That's why I call him a globetrotter. We ain't from Harlem. We ain't tricks. We just getting buckets. You know, we getting it wet. So, if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is Donta Bright.
Nice to have you.
Man, thank you for the time, pleasure, and the honor, and the opportunity. I just want to begin from the beginning. If you don't mind dispelling to people that don't know where you grew up at, the exact location from Baltimore, Maryland.
Born and raised in the city of Baltimore from the east side. I grew up the hill on Patterson Park and Preston Street. Then after a couple years, I moved down the hill to Madison and Patterson Park. So I'm an east side guy, but Baltimore bred.
Okay. Any particular street you grew up on? I know you said Patterson Park.
Preston Street.
Preston Street,
Preston
okay.
Street, 2600 block
That
of
was
Chase Street.
Okay.
2600 block of Miami Street. You know, so I'm really an up the hill, down the hill guy, but like I said, born and raised in East Baltimore, Baltimore kid. Baltimore's Baltimore, you know, the struggles, the social ills, the temptations to do good, the temptations to do bad. You know, you got peer pressure. You know, a lot of kids going up to Baltimore come from one parent household.
Right.
You know, some family members, some parents, you know, indulging in drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's real.
So, and you also got to, you know, you got to find your niche, find your way, and just stay true to what you want to do in life. And one of my things was at an early age, I stuck with basketball, playing in the alleys.
Okay, so you started in the alleys on crates, or somebody
on crates in the alley, yup.
Hey, on the telephone pole.
On the telephone pole.
Gets no realer than that.
Rats,
Right.
killers running through the alley.
Okay. I mean, hey, talk about
cops running through the alley. You see guys doing their things in the alleys.
Right.
And we also got our little area. Nobody bought us, and we hooping hard.
Okay. Now, around what age was this? You was
8, 9.
Okay.
10, that's when I went to Oliver Damon's, my best friend, Edward Harrington. We all call him Tony, a.k.a. Black.
Okay.
You know, he was just one of the kids out there in the alleys playing me on the crate. He was like, man, we're going to have to Oliver play for Bucket League. And just me, I was like, okay, I just went for the ride.
Right.
Man, I got there, Bucket League was, man, I was like, who in the hell is this guy? His voice was loud, it was aggressive. You know, at the time, you know, being at an early age, you don't understand this hooting and hollering. Bitch, you soft, you this, you that. And I'm like, I when I came back home, I told my mom, she's
Right.
like, that's your coach. Then right there, I was like, oh, wow. Then it was something where I was like, I'm going to look at it like he's trying to motivate me to be tougher.
Right. Okay.
That's how I picked it up at real early. So it wasn't nothing where I was mad at him or cuss him out. Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you're going to say little stuff, but you mumble it. But at the end of the day, it was respect. And then when I got to UMass, I understood it because then I had John Calipari. They similar.
Oh, okay. So that was one of John Calipari's his tactics as a coach.
Man,
How to
as far
get
as
people
not the language, motivate you to
Right.
be tougher. You know, when people say you can't do something, when you want to quit, he gonna push you, man. You gotta bust through that door. When that door open, he ain't gonna be the only one trying to get through it.
And I want to say y'all arguably had the greatest UMass team. I'm going to try and take it kind of, you know, slow down the line, but, you know, I believe from my research, y'all 96 team is the greatest UMass team they ever had.
Yes, I mean, we went to the Final Four, but I would say probably the best team, to be honest, my junior year at UMass.
Okay, fair enough.
That was the
You know
best
you were there,
team.
right?
But, you know, through the experience my junior year, that put us in position to make that run for the Final Four the next year.
From the learning process.
From the learning process, it's baby steps.
Right.
You know, by far, to me, the most talented player that was at UMass, his name was Mike Williams. He was like a Rod Strickland, big hands,
okay.
6'2", move like Rod Strickland, play like Rod Strickland. He probably hit like 5 or 6 game-winning shots. He can defend, he can dunk. But I'll tell you one thing, great friend of mine, I look up to him, and he'll tell you to this day, the reason he got put off the team is because of what he did off the court.
Okay, yeah.
See, people don't tap into that, and then people want to know why did Coach Cal put him off the team, but I don't know everything because he was at UMass before me. I
Right.
don't know what was the build-up to it.
Okay.
But once again, at the end of the day, when you get the colleges of business, they invest in you. They don't care how much your talent is. They
Talk
invest
about
in
it.
you, and guess what? You need something in return. Because each year, your scholarship is up, you get renewed.
Okay, that's how that works. I
That's how it
don't know. I
works.
never
That's
went to
how it
college.
works. Yeah, it say 4 years, but each year it's like, okay, we're gonna have an interview. Depending based on how you're doing in school, how you're doing on the court. I said it's an investment. Remember?
There you have it. Now we kind of jumped ahead. Forgive me. You brought that up. Okay, so started playing in the alleys at a young age. Got with a coach. Made you know his teaching, coaching techniques was a bit tough. Whatever. Okay, fast forward to I guess middle school and what led you to go to Dunbar. And how did you make Dunbar's varsity team as a freshman?
Well, I was at Hampstead Hill Middle School.
Okay.
And like I say, early on, I was like 12 years old. I played in the Boston Bengals class. That was a tournament out in Philadelphia. I played with the Madison Buccaneers. We left from here and played in the weekend tournament there.
That's like AAU?
It wasn't AAU, but it was a lot of teams from different cities. They meet up in Philadelphia and
Okay.
the big tournament, Boston Bengals. Matter of fact, was it Marvin Harrison? I played against him.
Word, the coach?
The former
Coach?
The former football player that played for
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin
The
Harrison, the
receiver.
receiver from
All right, I'm sure.
Philadelphia. He was pretty good.
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
say Rasheed Wallace was there. I'm not for sure, but I want to say he was there because there was a couple of teams from Philly, but I definitely remember Marvin Harrison.
Okay.
Anyway, I went out there and I walked away with MVP. We won a championship
At 12?
at 12 years old, so that gave me all the confidence in the world. I was like, oh, okay, I can play this game a little bit. You
Right.
know, it's easier playing against the kids that's in your city, in your neighborhood.
Right.
Go be that dog in another state.
You got a legendary pedigree from your neighborhood.
Yes.
Like it's
But at the same time, with that being said, I want to challenge myself.
right.
When I go to these different cities, I want to make a name in that city. I want to make a name to these guys, let them know when you come across Donta Bright, now you have to come and play. Just not just being in Baltimore. That's the easiest thing.
Right.
And to be honest, I was seeing you here at Dunbar, it was easy.
Y'all senior year?
I'm just being straight honest.
Bro, I mean y'all went
we
29 and
played-
0.
But we prepared
National
for that.
championships, okay.
We prepared for that because Keith Booth, Donta Bright, Michael Lowe, we played in the Urban Coalition against pros and college players when he was in high
I
school.
wanted to ask you this.
And
Okay,
a lot-
please elaborate.
and a
Because
lot
y'all
of-
were that good.
And a lot of guys in Baltimore that was in high school, you know, they wasn't allowed to play on the team. I ain't saying they wasn't good enough, but you had pros on the team. You had Sam Cassell,
Yeah.
Muggsy Bogues,
Yeah.
you had Kirkley,
Yeah.
you had Big Count Williams.
Yeah.
I forgot this other guy we had that was from Baltimore, but he played overseas. He went to the University of Providence, probably like 6'7".
Okay.
So you had Ernest Muttle Hall. Muttle from West Baltimore, the Dunbar with the Southeast Missouri State, was a great ball player.
He played on. Hold on. He
with us
came off
too.
y'all bench. Y'all bench was nasty.
No, he didn't play with me in high school, but he played in the Urban Coalition. He played at Dunbar. He was around with Sam in them age.
Okay, so this was
He was like a late bloomer, but he was damn good. So with that experience playing the Urban Coalition and playing against NBA players like Walt Williams, Manu Bol, and those type of guys, Mike Smith, as a high school kid, come on now, that's all the experience you want right there. So it was more or less like Keith Booth and Donta Bright. We're the big youngers on the team. You got a defense and rebound.
Right.
And run the floor. That's how you're going to get your points. And then from that, they built the trust because now we learn the game from a professional level from professional athletes, teaching us the game. As they got more comfortable with us, then they allowed us to do more.
You said it was with the what coalition?
Urban Coalition.
Who
That's
set
over
this
in
up?
D.C. It's in
DC?
It's in D.C.
Okay.
We played at Dunbar D.C. High School.
Okay, yeah, because
Sunday.
Yeah, because it's Dunbar. Okay, every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Took that little ride down the road.
Down the road, I mean, packed, gym packed. 1,200, 1,300 in the gym. About 2,000 people outside waiting to get in the gym.
Oh, yo, I got so many questions for you.
It was just, it was great. It was great. You had Moochie Norris. You
Okay.
had Greg Norris.
Yeah.
Stevie Franchise might have played a couple of games.
Where y'all play? Okay, yeah, because he was.
It was just so many people. Even like local DC guys that was good.
Please talk about it. Please talk about it.
The atmosphere was crazy.
Do you remember? Damn.
Kurt Smith played.
Okay. Come on.
Charles Smith played. So man, it wasn't nothing as though you just gonna come and think you was gonna I'm gonna do them. Nah, you had to come there and you play. You know what I'm saying? It was a man's game.
Okay. So they combined. I mean, I guess y'all would play against each other, but at some point, did y'all DC and Baltimore kind of combine to make a team that y'all would
No,
go
we didn't play.
state?
No, Baltimore had their own team.
Okay. By that
DC
point.
Team, they had teams from Virginia, PG County. You know, you had your own team. We was B-more finest.
Absolute. Absolute. Man. Yo, Michael Lloyd. When I think of me witnessing, I watched them play as a child. I was in the bleachers. My mother taught at Southern High School, Southern Bulldogs. That was like called Digital Harbor or something.
Digital Harbor, Dog Pound.
But man, the atmosphere. Even if it was there, even if it was the function in the junction, if y'all was playing at Coppin State I can't remember the name of the tournament they had. Yeah. Man, yo, the atmosphere. You talking about teenage kids and they ain't give a fuck. It seemed like it was so intense. It could have popped off just in the crowd. You know what I mean? Between the student body from Dunbar, the student body from Southern, man, it was that volatile. They would run on the court and shit, and man, it was real. Me just witnessing that, man. You and Michael Lloyd, yo. I mean, I don't want to make no comparisons, but for people that only way I could equivalate, whatever the word I'm trying to use, would be like LeBron and D Wade or some shit. That was just in my interpretation, the way I could try to make people understand what y'all was like to me.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Michael Lloyd was a bad boy. You was too, but Michael Lloyd, he might have been, besides, you and him was, for me, was my favorites. Like, you know, I know Keith Booth was there. You know what I mean? He got busy. All of y'all brothers went on. Y'all bench was deep to me. Y'all bench was nasty. Mm-hmm. So, what was it like playing in the city?
Oh, it was fun.
The battles. Man. Some of the, if you don't mind divulging some of the other names, because I keep forgetting some of the other dudes from I want to say it was Kwame
Evans, Kevin Simpson, Abdul Brown, David Cason, Danny Cason, Derek Watkins.
Yeah, the Cason brothers. Okay.
Yeah, so they had a great squad. You know, Coach Meredith Smith, Coach Wise, the coaches down there. You knew you had to bring your hard hat. You wasn't coming there. It was going to be a dogfight.
Right.
Like I said, it was like this: bullies get bullied.
Talk about it.
And that's the mentality we had. You know, we knew he was going to get hit, but we going to throw 4 or 5 punches and hit you before you hit us one time. So, you know, there was always been great wars, great battles. Even with the Lake Clifton, with Shante Rogers, Kevin Norris and stuff, Ron Lucas. You know.
Please run them down, because I be forgetting people.
Man, Lake Clifton was tough.
Yeah.
You know, we had the games up at Morgan, sold out crowd.
Yes.
You know, DJ. You know. you thought Dunbar was Morgan State.
I mean, look,
Couldn't
bro.
even get into the games. About 3,000-4,000 people outside. The gym is packed, sold out. People trying to bust through the doors and stuff like that. You know, just the atmosphere. You know, great time. And you know, like I said, our mentality was just go out there and play together. You know, we had a great team.
Okay.
We was prepared. And like I said, I wasn't even leading the score on my team my senior year. It was Mike Lloyd, Keith Booth, and I was the third leading scorer. But when we went out of town and played against, you know, all them top-ranked teams, you know, I was the first option, and then it just went from there. But regardless of all that, we just played together, and you had 3 dogs on the team that wasn't going to let us lose. And Keith Booth, the most talented kid at Dunbar.
Okay.
By far.
Okay. I gotta respect that you as his cousin, and as a teammate, because Keith Booth is his first cousin.
Right. Yeah, that's my
I just found this shit out doing my research. I said, oh, okay. What do you know? Let me see. I want to figure this out. Let me see. All right. Still want to stay on Dunbar. Rest in power, Pete Pompey. Legendary coach.
Legendary coach.
If you don't mind, I know you were talking about coaching styles. One of your first coaches was, you know, real tough. He may get the cussing and just trying to motivate you in, you know, his own way. You said something about Calipari, but if you don't mind, I'd like you to talk about Pete Pompey and his coaching style. And
Coach Pompey was everything. I mean, he was more than a coach. He was a father figure.
Okay.
A big uncle. Somebody you could just sit down and just talk to, and just about life. There were certain situations, you know, that happened to me and Mike at one time. You know, Pompey came, he talked to us, but we thought we was gonna get a family member in trouble or something like that, but it wasn't like that. But, you know, it shook me and Mike. You know, it could have been bigger than what it was. You know,
something happened outside on some street, whatever.
So Pompey set us down, he talked to us. You know, like I say, he wasn't no bad kids or nothing like that.
Right, you know, but teenagers is teenagers.
Teenagers. So, you know.
Regardless of how talented you are.
Regardless of how talented you are. People know who Dunbar players was. It didn't matter where me, Mike, Lloyd, or Keith Booth was at. Pompey was getting a phone call. That was just Perry. I take it one deeper than that.
Go for it.
At UMass.
Okay.
I had to get money sent to me through Western Union.
Okay.
Coach Cal had every transaction I had. That right there, he was just looking at me like, who is so-and-so? And so I broke it down, just told him without giving no names. But he just like, man, I just hope he ain't no agent. I was like, nah, he's not.
Well, you know.
Just laughing at that.
I'm going to say it like this. Since you're speaking on that up UMass, you know, we no shots being thrown, just the hypocrisy of the NCAA with how they, you know, get their money off of, okay, yeah, y'all get y'all scholarships, but you know, that situation, they tried to tarnish y'all 96 team's legacy based off of something, you know, that had to deal with agents.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. I guess I see why he was, you know, trying to be vigilant as he could as a coach.
Right. He was just basically out there, but no, whatever you do up there, I can find out. And that's true. He had every transaction, the person name and everything. I was like, wow.
Okay.
Like, I believe you, coach.
Hey, I mean,
I believe you, coach. You the man.
As they say, you got the receipts.
Yeah, you got the receipts. He had. I'm like, it's like, yep, I can find out anything you do. If you do something wrong, he used to always tell us, call me before I get that call. I want that call from you before I get that call from somebody else. He said, believe me, because I get the calls.
And I want to say, as a man, you understand
respect that.
Like,
because
man,
he wanted to hear it from my mouth before he heard it from a third party.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And he wanted to know if I'm going to be honest with him. Because
Right.
he's going to find the truth out.
Right.
It's going to come out.
Right. Now I'm just wondering the recruitment, your recruitment process. What was that like? Did you go visit? How many schools was it? What made you go to UMass?
I visited 5 schools.
Okay.
I visited Clemson. Me and Michael Lloyd took that visit to Clemson.
Okay.
That was great. Devin Gray was on the team at the time. Devin Gray played at St. Francis, played in the NBA. He
Okay.
was on the Clemson team at the time, so that was a good. We was down there with him.
Okay.
With him. Clemson was great. I visited St. John's. I had a dinner with Luke II.
Okay.
Malik Sealy, rest in peace to Malik
Oh
Sealy.
yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, we ate at a restaurant called Donta's.
Okay.
I visited UMass. That was my last visit. I visited 4 schools. I visited Ohio State with Coach Randy Ash.
Okay.
Now, that was between Ohio State and UMass.
What would be the deciding factor? I mean,
To be honest,
yeah, to be honest.
just to be honest, If I had my SATs, I was going to Ohio State.
Okay. Okay.
Ohio State wasn't going to take no Prop 48.
Okay. So that's the reason you had to sit out your freshman year.
My freshman year, yep.
Is that what they consider red shirt or something?
No, it wasn't red. I just lost that year.
Okay.
I couldn't play. I couldn't. I was a partial qualifier. So
because your grades was good enough.
My grades was good enough, but I didn't have the requirements for the SAT to come in as a freshman to compete in athletics as an incoming freshman.
And now, with that situation, you going through that situation, what advice would you give to any other young athletes that may come across that they self?
Man, I look at it like this. You know, just having a big name. Wasn't no bad kid, nothing like that. Wasn't disrespecting no teachers or nothing like that. Went to school all the time. It's just that I didn't prepare myself. It wasn't nothing nobody else did. That was on me.
Preparation.
Preparation. You gotta prepare yourself like you prepare yourself for your sport. Prepare yourself to get to your job and all that. The same thing you gotta do with school, because school, the ball and school go hand in hand.
Talk about
For you to have a clear head in basketball and athletics,
right.
you better have your bookwork straight. Because if your bookwork ain't straight, guess what? You ain't gonna have no clear head on that football court, tennis court, basketball court, baseball field, swimming pool. You're not, because you already know you messing up academically and it's coming. But I had a chance to sit out or go to one of the top practices.